goodbye DY. You've served me really well these last 4 years and I'm going to really miss you, but it's time to set off on my new adventure, Crazy Dreamers TV, and I don't know where this is going to go, but I feel good about this and I really hope that everyone's going to join me on my journey. First stop will be Melbourne and then on my way to London. So I'll see my little sister, Mel, spend the night with her, and then I fly up the next morning to London and I'll be there for almost a month. So it's going to be pretty full on. I'm not really looking forward to a big long journey, but anyway, that's just a means to an end. So I'm now at the airport. I'm into the first hall. I have how many hours? I've been here since 5:30 and I'm taking off at 12:30. So that's, 7-hour flight. Sorry guys. A little bit tired with the launch today, and I've had a lot of technical difficulties. I've had issues with my baggage where I had to lose 10 kilograms. So I spent an hour on the floor pulling out clothes, pulling out whatever I could so I could get my tripods in, because that was the most important thing. So I'll be on my way to Hong Kong shortly, and I get to meet Tuan and Brad Morland, two of our Moluccans, so I'm looking forward to that, but then I will be on the ground there for about 17 hours. Yes, I know. So by the time I get to the UK, it will be Tuesday morning. So this has probably been the longest flight I've ever had to do to Europe. So it's an interesting one for sure. Anyway, at least I'm going during my sleep time, so I hope it's all good. Anyway, bye guys. Hi everybody, it's Kathy and I'm now here at Hong Kong Airport. Finally I arrived after a really bit of a traumatic trip, but anyway, it's all good. And guess who I'm sitting here with today? I've got my two lovely friends here, Brad Morland and his gorgeous wife, Tuane. Hi guys.
Hey Kathy.
And we've never met until now, have we?
No, not at all.
So do you want to share how we actually did meet?
Yeah, I'll cover that one. On Facebook through Morocco. One of the ads came up for the flip-flops. I looked at the flip-flops, thought it was an amazing cause. Ended up ordering flip-flops for the entire family.
You've been using a lot of flip-flops, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and they're amazing flip-flops as well. So it's fantastic that, and obviously we connected on Facebook, and it's so awesome that you are here in Hong Kong passing through.
I know, can you imagine? And we've just spent all this time together today, getting to know each other more, which has been amazing. And you guys are doing some really amazing things with you've got so many different businesses. You've got your Flip Clip, which are the amazing clip system for flip-flops. You're also working on Kari app, which is, do you want to say a little bit about that one?
Kari is a health and well-being application for anyone who's interested in taking care of their health and well-being. It's especially targeted for people with medical needs or special needs. For us, it was created for our son who has special needs, so we were trying to find patterns and triggers for his epilepsy or the seizures he has. And this is a diary logging journal app which just helps you manage your busy schedules, your calendar. It has notifications and reminders on medications, supplements, complex food diaries you may want to keep.
Amazing, just amazing. You guys are such entrepreneurs, and also, these two guys, I suppose this is why we've also connected. You're not just about doing business, you're about, you guys give back with what you're doing. I know that you're looking for more ways to do that, so it's just so cool. So I'm just so glad. Thank you so much for meeting with me, and I think we're going to meet up in Bali as well now, right?
That's right, yes.
So guys, just like I said, this is the beginning of my trip, and it's already started with meeting these two wonderful people, and I'm just so excited about who else I'm going to meet, and I look forward to sharing with you more of all the journey and everyone else that I'm meeting, and where I'm going and what I'm doing and what I'm seeing and what I'm eating. We just had a wonderful yum cha today. So bye for now guys, dream crazy!
Bye bye.
Hey, it's Kathy here, and I'm still at the airport. Has anyone ever seen that film, the Tom Hanks film called The Terminal, where he's a refugee because his country's going through war and he just lives in the terminal for, I don't know, months or whatever it is? That's kind of how I feel, because I left home yesterday at about, I think I got to the airport about 3 p.m. and I've gone from Sydney Airport to Melbourne Airport to Hong Kong Airport. In Melbourne Airport I was there from about 5:30 in the afternoon till 1:30 a.m. yesterday, and then I have now been in Hong Kong Airport for, by the time I take off, it'll be about 17 hours, so it's pretty crazy. Anyway, it's given me some time to reflect, which is always a good thing, and I also got to see, I got to meet Brad and Twane Moreland, who are two wonderful Moroccan customers who are also creating businesses that are giving back. So we've known each other for about a year online, so it's wonderful to actually meet. So if you guys are watching, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for my beautiful yum cha. Because one of the things about Hong Kong is there is no shortage of food. So I have been eating like a demon. It's carbohydrate city here, which is not good for my waistline at all, but what the hell. I'll deal with that when I get to London. But I've also just been reflecting, you know, on my, I suppose, my roots, you know. I've always thought of myself as an Aussie, and many of you know that I've, you know, mentioned to you I'm a banana person who's got yellow skin because they're born of Asian heritage and they think like, you know, a Westerner, and hence the white on the inside. But when I come to Hong Kong, I really feel quite, I really start to question my roots, because everybody tries to talk to me in Chinese and, you know, thinks that I should be able to speak in Chinese. Then I have to try and explain my whole ABC, you know, banana background. So that's always interesting. And yeah, you know, I've always thought of myself as an Australian first with Chinese heritage. And so to actually be in a place where I'm, you know, quite alone, there's not many ABCs, it's more the other way round, you know, makes me then really question my roots. And I know that when I was growing up, you know, it was a time too where there was quite a lot of racial discrimination. Luckily I didn't cop too much of it, but I certainly did, and I know that that did leave quite a few, I suppose, a few scars in my life. And it was definitely, you know, definitely the way it affected me was I was quite a quiet child, and, you know, my Asian heritage and my father, who's such a strong character and quite traditional, saw me with, you know, very little voice, always being the pleaser, always being the person who compromised. And so now with what I'm doing, you know, I do now have a voice, and it's really, it feels good, you know, I feel empowered. And so that's something that's really important when you, particularly, you know, I think if you want to create a social enterprise, because you are a business activist. You know, I'm probably ranting now because I'm really very tired. But I just wanted to say hello, and next stop is the UK finally. And I look forward to, you know, getting myself some sleep, being horizontal for a good few hours, and then I'll be back nice and fresh and able to talk to you again. All right, guys, lots of dream crazy happening soon for me. Bye. Hey, it's Kathy. I've finally arrived. I'm in the UK after my long trip So this is where the journey really starts now, guys. I'm so glad to be here. About to go through security, meet my friend Lise, and get a hot shower before welcoming the day. Anyway, I'm here. Crazy dreaming, guys. Bye. I've been pondering this question because many of you have asked me, and the question is, how is a social entrepreneur different to an entrepreneur? Well, we are quite different, so I'm so glad you asked me the question. The big difference is that we are using our business skills to make an impact on a cause that's dear to our hearts. It could be a social cause, it could be something in the community, or it could be something in the environment. And so the vision for our business is completely tied in to our cause. So for example, Moloko, my business, actually gives back to children in poverty, right? And we do that by creating these shoes that then put shoes on the kids. So the other part of what it is that you have a measurable impact. So we're able to measure our impact by looking at the number of shoes that we give to the children, and therefore are putting them into school or allowing them to stay in school. And we also look at another factor which is a little bit more difficult to measure, and that's the value that we're offering to a child's life. So, we know from talking to many of the children that we've made a difference in their own self-worth. How do you put a measurement on that, right? These children have not felt loved. The fact that someone's giving them something with no expectation, these kids have, really changed, I suppose, their personalities. They're a lot happier, they're a lot more confident. And then I'll give you an example of, an enterprise that isn't a social enterprise. So let's say we have a business where you might be changing children's lives by helping educate them about the food they should eat, right? So yes, you're providing beautiful value there, but your mission is not tied up in the business model. You're not giving back by donation, you're not giving back in time or your supply chain. So that is just simply then a normal business. So I hope I've explained to you the difference between a social enterprise business, what a social entrepreneur does, as opposed to what a normal entrepreneur does. I hate using that word normal, actually. Anyway, so there are many more questions I will be answering shortly as this show gets underway. And look, please hit me up because I love answering questions. In fact, we have the Ask Me Wednesday where you can go online and I will answer those questions live, but you can still put up questions at any time because I really want to give you value and give you information and learnings that you really want as opposed to those that I think you want. Okay, guys, happy days to you. Crazy dreaming and dream crazy. Bye.